Hi, and welcome to another Cities Skylines tutorial. I'm Chris, and today we're looking at creating the most basic of industries to expand your city. So looking what I've already got, I've got a very nice roundabout set up, and I'm going to add a new zone. I have a demand over here. If I click on my demand, I can see that I need commercial and industry. So we can add stuff around. Now commercial can be somewhere nearby to a residential area, but the industry needs to be a little bit further away because of the pollution and noise issues. So let's go ahead and create another kind of grid system over on the right hand side. Now I'm going to use a relatively large 4-lane road here, mainly because the industry areas can become fairly busy, so I'm just going to go out to a nice distance like so. Now it's quite important to know that I'm driving on the left hand side, so I'm going to use some one-way roads around to ensure that traffic flows in one particular direction, and that does ease, especially around industrial areas, traffic congestion. So I'm just going to use the most basic of one-way roads at the moment. So I'm not going to do it too close to the roundabout because obviously we don't want to have vehicles piling up just there. So we're going to go along and we're going to go up, and let's match the same length as what is going on in the residential area. Now I'm going to take a nice big long line across here. I'm going to drop it all the way down to the bottom. Now I'm going to go, so I have got the mod for roundabouts, I'm going to create a little roundabout here because ultimately this could end up being quite busy, but let's leave it like that for the time being, and I possibly will make one in the center point here. Now that might be too many roundabouts too close, but we will let it see what happens. So now I'm going to take another up road just here. Let's just make sure that I'm going to maximize my space. So let's line that up and we should take it straight up to the top. Now I'm going to take one down, and I shall take, I think I'm going to do something different here. I'm going to take these ones, I'm going to file across in this direction like that. So I've got some decent traffic flow there. This could be a bit of a congested spot here, so actually I'm going to go and add another roundabout. Now I can make it a little bit of a smaller roundabout just there. I'm going to do exactly that. So I've got another roundabout and a large roundabout here. This could cause a problem. Now I'm going to zone this up for industry. Now at the moment I don't think we can specialize for any levels of industries because our town doesn't provide it. So at the moment we are just at a small village. If we move up, we can start adding different kinds of industry areas, which we haven't got yet. We've still got to hit 1,200 people. We're moving towards that slowly. So I'm going to go off and I'm going to zone it. Now, rather than just doing a block zone, I'm going to use this selection tool here, marquee tool, and I'm not going to go right down to the bottom here because I don't want trucks pulling into these areas and causing big issues. So I'm going to leave the first 2 squares free, and I'm going to go straight up and like so. That's zoned out that area. And likewise, I'm not going to put anything right next to the roundabout, so again I'm going to zone about here and up and across like so. And then I'm just going to remove these little sections just there so nothing comes too close to that roundabout. And that's how I'm going to leave it. We've already got some buildings going on, which is fantastic. So commercial areas can come somewhere near your town or your residential areas because that's one of the things we want to do. So I'm going to go and do a very similar thing. Now I've got the net picker mod in place. I'm going to look for the road. So I'm going to use the same road hopefully that we are using here. And I'm going to draw a little set of circuits again like so. Now I can't go too far because I'm going to just draw a little one. We're going to go across and we're going to make a little zone here. So let me just go in. Now we're going to pick our commercial. I'm going to do the same. I'm not going to go right up close, but I'm going to use this area. I'm going to let that build up. Let's just see how that's impacting our demand. We've still got a huge amount of requirements for the commercial zone. So I will just extend this out a little bit and see what happens from there. So again, I'm going to use the net picker, just make sure I've got the right road, and I'm going to bring this out. So I've got a nice set of areas there, and instead of building, I'm just going to take these down as far as I can get them for the time being. I may extend these out the other way at some point. was a bit of a mistake. Okay, so I'm going to zone these up again. I'm going to again make sure that I don't go too close to those main roads. Let them through. Now, of course, I've realised I've made a massive mistake, which I obviously did deliberately. I have not added any water pipes. So let's go and let's extend those out a little bit, like so. And like so. We need to go across a little bit, and we are going to need to join up and take that all the way across there to allow it to work. And likewise, we're going to have to do the same for the industrial area before they start complaining. Again, I'm trying to maximize the amount of water I can supply with using the least amount of pipe work. Inevitably, there is always an overlap. So water is now flowing. We've got an issue with the electricity at the moment, so we can toggle that. Now I'm using this mod over here as well. This actually shows you in greater detail what is going on, but we apparently have an issue with electrical supply, and that's because we are not joining anything up. So I'm going to go and find a couple of pylons, and we are going to join up by tagging across and tagging across there, like so. They should come online, and we should be happy to have power. Let's see what happens. Now obviously I'm going to have a bit of an issue with power. Getting very low on power capability, so I am going to have to expand my power needs. As I'm still low, I really don't have a lot. I'm not going to use a coal generator, well, that will give me a lot of power. It does produce a fair amount of pollution and is relatively costly. Now I'm going to use another wind turbine, and I can push it quite close to an existing one, like so. So put that on. As soon as that starts spinning, we should have power generation. So there you go, the electricity is increased. We should no longer have any issues with power and water. We're looking good. So there you go, we've expanded out quite nicely now. We have got some nice areas. A little bit of building going on. I'm just going to see if we can speed that up. Make that go quicker for us. A sip of tea. Now, as you can see, we've got a bit of a problem with that roundabout. I have still left in those small little cross members, and the reason they're left in was it does ensure that the roundabout does not get misshapen when roads are added or removed. But just to make it look nice and neat, we will remove those roads. Hopefully they should go shortly, so there you go, we can't park there anymore. Now I've also got the traffic manager mod in, and we're just going to go through, and I will do another video on this at another time, but here I'm going to ensure that the roads are correct. So at the moment all traffic on the roundabout has this little sort of yellow triangle with white border, which means it can continue through, and any traffic coming on has to give way, which is excellent. So look at the junction restrictions here. Now, why we've got people crossing, I always tend to turn crossing off, and I will now add pedestrian bridges in, because you can get some pedestrian bridges from the Steam workshop. But obviously people are crossing here. I'm going to leave that on for the time being. I'm going to check the other ones. We obviously do not want people crossing on crossings on the roundabout. I mean, that's I don't think would really happen. So we've gone around and done that. Now the other thing we need to check is we want traffic on the roundabout to continue through, so we're just going to tick this option which allows traffic to flow through. And there's this one here which allows you to pick your lane. So again, I'm going to choose that on all the nodes going around the roundabout. So vehicles coming on can choose their lane that they want to get into to go round. And the last thing is, you can see on the roundabout I've only got two lanes. We've got both lanes go straight through and one goes left. Now it is the best option to change that so that only one side of the roads can go left. I'm just going to go around again using the Traffic Manager President Edition modification, you can now see that all the roads, their markings have changed. So now we've got left only, straight on, left only, straight on, left only. And that obviously makes traffic flow. You can see that flows quite nicely now. Annoyingly, this, you shouldn't be able to do a U-turn, but I'm sure people can. So I'm going to obviously change that as well. Now, it's not as straightforward as using the sort of change lane arrows. We are going to use this option, the lane connector. So I'm going to choose this. I'm going to say you can only ever go there or there, and this one can only ever go there. Now that could potentially cause an issue with traffic build up, but I don't think there is a node that we can select in the middle for lanes to, or for vehicles to change or choose lanes depending on where they want to go. So that was going quite nicely, that truck going round that roundabout. Down here it says I've got some information about industries. So let me just see, we have got a landfill site. Now again, we are in need of a landfill, but I will cover some of the services in another video. I'm going to leave this going for the time being, and off camera I'm going to add some additional residential vehicles so we can boost up the local population. So then I can create another tutorial based on industries and setting up industries and sort of using just the standard farming features, and that then makes sure that the industries in that area are specific to a type of industry. Anyway, once again, thank you very much for watching. Once again, thank you again for watching this tutorial. If you would like to subscribe, please do subscribe. If you wish to get notified of future videos, then please click the notification bell, and also like and share this video if possible. That'd be great. So thank you very much for watching this. I'm Chris, this is Cities Skylines, and this was a tutorial on industries. Thank you very much. See you soon.